Yay, yay, yay. Happy Money Monday to each and every one of you all. Wow, it seems like it's been forever since I have been with you all live. And oh my gosh, I'm a little bit nervous. No, but seriously, it is another Money Monday, and I am so excited to be back here with you all live. Truly has been interesting last couple of weeks, but nonetheless, I am back and ready. Sorry, I was trying to look at this because I wanted to see, because I know last time it was a little bit blurry last time I had my camera on. But anyways, so I hope that everyone is having a beautiful day on today, that you're smiling, and that you are ready to get into this week's Light Lighter. But of course, first, I do just want to have a couple of moments to share with you all something that I had been thinking about since this last past week, where on this past Wednesday, or Winning Wednesday, we were talking about, or continuing our discussion on overcoming obstacles in our life. And something was pointed out to me and brought to my attention, because these videos, whether you might not know it or some of y'all may have noticed, but they are a year old. So it has really been an interesting experience for me as well, to really be able to see my growth of where I was a year ago and where I'm at here currently in this day and age. But at that time in my life, I was actually going through some things. I was going through some of my own obstacles. And I know that in this last past week, in that video, I spoke about the different processes that I go through in my system of how I assess different obstacles in my life. And I thought that it would be great to share with you all one of my processes. Is very simple, easy, quick, but hopefully you'll be able to help someone be able to take a different perspective of this particular obstacle when it comes into your life. Because many times we are so focused on that obstacle that we're not really taking the time to really look at it and observe and really assess what is going on around us. We're just so deep in our feelings and how we are taking that situation, that we're not really taking that time to see, okay, what is really going on here. So I know everyone in their life at some point has had a time where you are, or you might know someone that's always like, yeah, they're just jealous of me, or they might say, people just don't like me, or they're just copying me, or maybe you have just been in a situation where you don't necessarily, you're having an ill feeling towards someone, regardless of if they even know it or not. Because a lot of times we are feeling certain ways about people and they have no idea, and they don't even know that they did anything to us. So I know for me in my life, that obstacle has come here and there, because I try to stay in a positive mindset, a positive mind frame, to where I am not really focusing on others. I mean, it's important too, but I don't like to be where I'm just accusing people of feeling certain kind of ways. Or maybe, you felt where someone is just targeting you, or you feel like you just don't you're having ill feelings towards someone. And this is a process that I go through, because that is an obstacle. It's not only a mental obstacle, it's also a physical obstacle, because now you have this person that's in your life that you are feeling a certain type of way towards, and it's also mentally affecting you, because time that you could be focusing on getting other things done, you now have that in your mind is, oh my gosh, this person did something to me and I don't like it. So for me, what I like to do is I like to firstly assess the situation that's before me. And, like I said, during this time, I was actually going through a obstacle in the form of how I was feeling towards someone, and they might not have even known it. And that's why it's important to assess it, because many times, like I say, when we sit back and look at it, we're like, man, this person may not have even known that they were doing anything, or maybe I'm just looking at things from the wrong point of view. So I like to firstly just sit back and I assess, okay, what has transpired? What is going on? What did this person do to me? What? And then when we think about that, a lot of times we're able to take a different perspective on it. Like, I know in my life, I was going through a situation where I I was going through a situation where I put myself in their shoes, because I had started something and I had did this logo, and this is a different situation, but I had did this logo and I was just completely bothered, because the first thing people think is, oh, this person is just copying me, or this person is doing something that I'm doing. And I felt so bad about it, because at the time I didn't even know that they had a logo that was so similar to mine. But then, of course, as I'm looking at mine now, I see theirs, and it's like, oh my gosh, they're probably thinking in their mind, they probably don't, they're probably like, oh my gosh, she's copying me, oh my gosh, she's doing this. And first of all, there's nothing new under the sun. There's always going to be someone that's doing something like what you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I was like, I felt so bad about it though. And that's how I know that it's an obstacle in my life, because I will continuously think about it. It will be on my mind where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this thing that this person did is really bothering me, or something that I did is really bothering me, because I feel like I could have bothered them. Like, they might be feeling a certain way towards me. So I always sit back and I look at it from several different points of view, because I feel like I say, many times we're in our feelings and we're just seeing things from our point of view, and we're not taking the time to see it from their point of view. We're not taking the time to understand what they might be going through. Like, you might be saying, oh, that person don't like me because they turned their lips up to me one time, and they might have just been having a bad day, and now you're going around walking around thinking that, oh, this person doesn't like me, and they were just having a bad day. So it's important for us to put ourselves in other people's shoes. That's one of the first steps in my process. When I'm going through something, I think about, okay, how are they feeling? What is it that they did? Maybe they're going through something in their life. Maybe it's something that they went through in their childhood. Maybe it's something that, they've just gone through that has allowed for them to incorporate certain mechanisms that they might not realize may be bothering you. So then when you start having that understanding, it allows for you to take a step back and say, let me not think so much just from a one-sided perspective. And like I say, that is one of the most beautiful things that I think people can do, is have that empathy and be able to have a level of understanding of what someone else might be going through. Because then you might sit back and look like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad now that I looked at this person in this light, because this person is not even jealous of me, or this person is not even treating me or targeting me. They're talking to everyone. There's other people that's going through this same situation as well. So that's the first thing that I do. And once I finish doing that, I then go through and I do a step by I like to say it's a three strike you're out type of thing. I give people the benefit of the doubt because maybe they were going through something. Maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it just because I've been in that situation. Like people are so quick to say, "Oh, somebody's just copying me. They just trying to do what I'm doing." But then you might sit there and realize that, oh, that's not the case. That person might not even know that you exist. They might not even know. And now here it is, you're going carrying around this weight on you, or just thinking ill towards someone else for no reason. So I try to give that three strikes you're out rule because, okay, they did it once. No, it was a mistake. They were having a bad day, or they didn't mean it. It was okay. I'm going to excuse that. The second time something happens, I say, okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. What's going on? And then by that third time, then at that point, it's been confirmed. But every single time something happens, I sit back. Like to me, it's worth it to take the time because when you get the level of understanding, you can move through that circumstance, through that obstacle with a different perspective. So I like to take the time to really gain that understanding. And like I say, once I do that, I then go through the three-step rule, the three-strike rule, I should say. And then I don't like to say, okay, I've noticed this about this person. Okay, maybe this person really is carrying some negative attributes about themselves. Maybe they are, you know, doing something that is affecting me at this point, or maybe they are, whatever the case might be, maybe they are doing that thing that you felt like they were doing. Like, it's just, the point is, don't be so quick to assume certain things because we really don't always know what is really going on. So I, like I say, I do that, and then at the end of the day, even if they've gotten to that third strike and they're out, I'm not going to treat them in a ill way. And some people might say, well, that's being fake. Like, if you've acknowledged that this person they're treating you a certain kind of way, or maybe they are copying you. It's been three times, it's been three different things that they've done similar to you, exactly like you. So now you can take notice that, okay, this person is doing that. Then you can move forward and not necessarily be, oh, fake and nice and in their face, but you can keep your distance and know that, okay, I have to move away from this person a little bit, but that does not mean that I'm going to treat them wrong, or just because they treated you wrong. Because I know I was going through a point in my life where I was already going through, so it was a struggle for me to keep going day after day, because here it is, I'm supposed to be doing this, and then I've got this going on. Not to get into too much detail, but the icing on the cake was that I felt like I was being targeted in certain areas, and I was like, okay, they did it one time, they were just no, no, no. Okay, now they've done it again. Something, I'm noticing that this is becoming something that's continuously happening. And then that third time happened, that third strike came, and I was like, oh wow, okay. And it was times where I would literally sit there and cry, because it was like it made me feel really, it was like, why would this person do this? However, ultimately, I still remained and retained that level of love, because remember, we are here to walk in love. That's what it's about. So it's not about being fake, but it's about keeping your distance but still showing that level of love, because at the end of the day, we all are going to have to reap the things that we are sowing. So, that's just something that I think is important for us to assess and really approach situations differently. And like I say, stop being so quick to accuse people of things, because we all have a lot going on in our life. And sometimes things do happen. But noticing those patterns is important, and then taking the proper measures to ensure that you are not continuously putting yourself in that situation to have it happen over and over again is very important as well. So I don't feel like it came out exactly the way that I was intending for it to come out, but hopefully you got what you needed in that moment, and it will allow for you to just look at things differently when it comes to the obstacle of people, because you don't want to have that weight on you. I know for me, like I hate, like I say, it's very, very rare that I will be in my feelings about someone, but I hate when that happens. And I want to get a level of understanding. I want to understand, okay, why is this person treating me this way? Why is this person doing these things? Because like I say, when you get that understanding, it allows for you to be able to navigate through it, and maybe not look at them any type of way, and not look at them like, oh, they're just doing this to me, and understand that maybe it's something that they have went through. Like I say, time tells though, and at the end of the day, the truth always comes out in the end. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So this week, I'm going to go ahead and get into this week's lighter. I feel so choppy today. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into this week's lighter. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different, as I said on last week. I am going to be lighting up someone who has been a phenomenal lighter. I mean, they don't miss a beat. They are completing, excuse me, they are completing the shine signals each and every week. They are really sharing and inspiring others by, sharing the message. They are just constantly showing up and shining their light. And I'm thrilled to be able to give this individual this week's top prize, because like I say, we go up to $100, but we only do that in certain situations, certain circumstances. Every now and then, when we have those amazing lighters who are just showing up, and not only showing up but also showing out, we got to really give them a great community appreciation credit, because we're thankful. Like, it inspires me just when someone uh, shows that they are being influenced in some way or form from what we're doing here at Inspired with Indy, because that is what we're here for. We're here to be able to allow for someone to think differently, to be able to look at approach situations differently. And like I say, this might be, some might call it just general or mundane things that we talk about here, but this is real life situations and scenarios that we are going through on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes it takes having that little voice to remind you of how you could handle something a little bit differently, and it's going to be ultimately beneficial for you as well as those around you, because they're not having to deal with you, lashing out, or you acting certain kind of ways just due to a lack of understanding. So let's look. I think we have a comment here. Let me see what we got. You are doing fine. Oh man, I feel so I feel so I'm first of all, I'm tired. I am exhausted, but the show must go on. I was like, you know what? I got to be here live because it's been a while. It's definitely been 2 weeks now since I've shown up live, and I don't want to and you still got to show up regardless. So like I say, I hope something was said, and I just don't feel like it came out right, but whatever. I'll go back and watch it and be like, that's not what I wanted to say. But at the end of the day, I feel like everything comes out the way it's supposed to, ultimately. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this week's Light Lighter. So excited to be able to shine light on you this week. Let's see who is going home with this $100 community appreciation credit for truly, truly, truly being a light lighter. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me see. Let me move myself out the way. All right. I wish I had a drum roll. And I mean, this platform is constantly, it's like every week I get on here, they're adding something new. And I absolutely love that. And they have like this drum roll thing now. But I feel like it sounds so corny. So I'd rather silence, or I can do my own. Let me get this up. Let's see. It's up for y'all, not up for me. All right, let's get into this week's Light Lighter. Let me get that out the way. This individual has shown up and shown out, and we are so thankful for you here at Inspire with Indy. Mrs. Javonda Pittman. So congratulations to you. Thank you for inspiring with us here at Inspire with Indy. And look out, because we will be sending you a message so that you can receive that phenomenal community appreciation credit. Love what we do here at Inspire with Indy. Truly do. Yes, congratulations. Yeah, thank you for the drum rolls. Thank you for the drum rolls. Yes, congratulations. All right, I think that's it. I feel like I need to do some cleanup, but it is what it is. Very thankful for you all joining in with us on this afternoon, and hopefully something was said or done that has allowed for you to go throughout your week and your weeks, your months with a different perspective, and really just learn to love each other more and to assess what's really going on so that we can not just be treating people ways for we don't have to do some of the things that we do. And we don't have to say some of the things that we say. However, it is important that we just think twice before we go accusing people of things, because a lot of times we just don't know what the true deal is. So take some moments to assess and gain some understanding before you go saying that person doesn't like you or that person did something to you. Get a track record. I know one thing about me: when I go and present my issue, if I say I have an issue with something or someone, best believe I'm going to have a rap sheet. I'm going to say, on this date, at this time, this happened. And it's going to be a list of things, because now I have proven to myself that I'm not, because we all got our minds be sometimes in some places, and we think ways that we just should not be thinking. And when we can take that time to really just assess, I think that's the word for this week. Assess and understand. I like that. Assess and understand. And that's not just with people, but that's with things that come into our lives, all different types of things that come into our lives. Assess and gain understanding, because there's so many different obstacles in our lives, whether it be the people, whether it be certain issues, whether it be financial issues that we might be going through, whether it be just health issues that we might be going through. When we can assess and gain understanding, okay, why is my blood pressure high? Instead of saying these kids getting on my nerves, well, maybe it's the way that we're handling the obstacle. Yeah, the kids might be getting on your nerves, but that doesn't mean that we have to be yelling, screaming, I mean, at the end of the day, we're doing that to ourselves. It's the choice that we are making to get ourselves that upset and to act in the ways that we do. And sometimes the repercussions can be very dire. They can be, they can be just, they can be where we cannot come back from it. So, with that being said, I hope that each and every one of you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your Monday. Look at me, I'm everywhere. Hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your Monday. May you all fill it with great things, with peace, with joy, and most of all, love, not only for others, but love for yourself. You all take care, and I look forward to seeing you all on next week.